Imagine seeing your entire life story, your whole journey on this earth so far, completely laid out and mapped out in one big, beautiful canvas art piece. Or imagine seeing your dad or mom's or grandparents' life story just laid out from where they were born to where they grew up, to all the people they've met throughout their life, all the accomplishments they've made, all the things they've been through. Really seeing your whole family's, legacy, their history, their ancestry, just completely laid out there in a beautiful art piece. Well, my name is Chris, and I'm the founder and creative storyteller at Sagen.Life, and that is exactly what we do. We do one-of-one commission art pieces, telling people's or couples' entire life stories laid out in a custom art piece. So this is one example we've done for an entrepreneur, Jesse Itzler. So you can see here, where he was born, a photo of his parents, Long Island. He grew up breakdancing in New York, started making a little bit of money there. University, he spent a lot of time sleeping on a lot of couches. There's one point in his life story where he said he hopped on a private jet, and that kind of changed everything for him. He said his life went from black and white to color, just like in The Wizard of Oz. And so we depicted that here in the piece. He started a couple companies, wrote some books, ran 100 miles, which he's done more than once, married the love of his life, Sarah, all the way until present day here with his family and his kids there. So here are a couple more examples of these life story pieces of artists that I really like, musicians. So similarly here, this is Her, H-E-R, or also known as Gabriela Sarmiento Wilson. So it's where she was born, her parents. So they actually met when her mom was cooking lumpia, which is this really tasty Filipino egg roll type dish. And her father actually smelt it across the hallway, and they met there. So throughout these pieces, there's small little elements that tell much larger stories, which most people, when they look at it, they might not know there's a lot more meaning to it. But every piece that we create is very, very thoughtful. It's very meaningful. We take little things and really attach stories. So my goal is also, when you look at the pieces, that you kind of rediscover little parts of your journey or important moments in life, that those stories and you see them in the art piece. So another thing is she loves SpongeBob. It's her favorite cartoon character, so we actually redrew her as a SpongeBob character. And actually when Gabby was 8 years old, she drew this children's book. This is the exact cover of the children's book she drew. You can actually find it on Amazon. Theirs. And then you can see, what she signed to RCA, which is Alicia Keys' record label, which was a huge inspiration to her, and then she got to perform with her too. And there's a lot more to her journey here at the present day, and of course when she got some Grammys. Here's another one of Pop Smoke. Unfortunately, he passed away, but this is essentially honoring his entire life, from birth all the way until growing up, collaborating with different producers and artists. This one's more of a mixed media piece where we did a combination of drawing and using elements like real microphones there, and little cloud pieces, all the way until his final album, Post-Death, up there. So it's a great way to also honor someone who might not be on this earth anymore. And another way we've done these life story pieces is actually what I call the love life stories of couples. So these are really, really good wedding gifts or anniversary gifts. So Jesse, the entrepreneur I just showed you there, he actually had this made for his wife for their anniversary. So he gave it to her for their anniversary. So you can see here they first met at a charity poker tournament in Vegas, all the way to, they were emailing for 7 months, and then went on their first date. Actually, this story is really, really funny. If you go on our Instagram at Sagen.Life, I tell a lot of the stories in these pieces so people can know. But that's a really funny story there on their first date. All the way to where they got married. He proposed on Columbus Circle. They had a really, really epic wedding. Here, Olivia John Newton performed. all the way till present day again with their kids. We put their kids' birthdays there next to each one and their names. So these can be created honestly however you like. Essentially, I'm the creative storyteller and producer of all these pieces. I lay it all out, I create the story. It's just something I've always loved doing. I'm obsessed with biographies and learning people's life stories. I'm so inspired by them, especially if they've accomplished things that I kind of see myself accomplishing or want to. But we've also done a few examples of life stories for cities. So if you really love a city that you live in, or know someone who loves the city they live in, or maybe it's a city they used to live in or want to go to, we create those as well. So here's an example of Los Angeles. So this one's kind of laid out more like a map. You can see there's dates next to all these kind of iconic landmarks as well. So you can see here there's like Beverly Hills, the Rose Bowl, Staples Center, which is now Crypto.com Arena, City Hall. So it's the whole life story of the city on a map. So we can do them in different ways. That's kind of a map style. So here's another one of the city of Miami. This one's more in chronological order. So it's starting here from when the city was born as a little baby, going all the way around. So this one's, kind of crazy and a little bit more chaotic. But it's all the way up, kind of goes in this chronological order with the dates there. And here's another one of the city of Miami, similar to the other one, which is more of kind of a map style. This one also has dates, if you look closely, that allude to the different moments in history that tell the city's story, throughout. So again, these can be done in different ways, but these are actually great gifts as well for, let's say if you're a real estate agent and want to give this as a closing gift. Imagine having the whole city that they just moved into, personalized with the family there. So here's an example, of a city in LA here in Santa Monica. This was an example for a couple there. We added that in. So imagine having this like hanging if you're a real estate agent, or just a friend if you want to give it as a gift. In their new home, it's kind of, you have their home there with the couple behind them. We can redraw the house or the apartment behind it, laid out right in the midst of the city that they just moved into, or a city that they love. So hopefully you get the idea by now. It's really about life stories. It's about the places and people, especially that you love and want to either know their life story or you want to tell it. So it can be yours, it can be someone else's. It can even be like your pet's life story or your business's life story. But we really specialize in taking all those details, all those moments, all those stories, and laying it out very beautifully on a canvas art piece. Now, with this Kickstarter, I want to also explain what the funds will be used for. So you can see the menu on the right. I don't know which way, I think it'll be that way. With the different perks. So you can select those and we'll create your very own life story, or for someone that you love, or if you're married or you're coupled up, we can create your love life journey together. But if you select the perk there on the side, we'll create one of these pieces just like this for you from scratch. And one of the things I want to do is we have an amazing artist collective of all kinds of different artists, and I really want to up the level of art that we do for these commission pieces. So the funds from this Kickstarter will help really me or be able to pay the artists more, so they can spend more time, so they can be a lot more robust or a lot more thought through. And I really want to take these pieces to the next level. And another thing I want to do is, right now the pieces are printed on a kind of glossy photo print like this, so you can see it's like pretty glary. And this is foam right here, like a 1/4 inch. And it's very lightweight, and it's nice, but honestly it can scratch pretty easily. And they might not last super long. So one of my goals with using the funds from this Kickstarter is to start printing all pieces on a glass acrylic or plexiglass. So actually this piece is a plexiglass. Listen to this. This is incredibly durable. It's printed on UV ink. You can see as well that it's a lot less glary than the photo print I just showed you. So the light's coming in here. You don't see too much reflection there. The color stays. It's archival quality, so the color will stay 200 plus years. And you can see here the kind of glass acrylic right here. This one's about I think a little less than 1/4 inch as well. But this is so easy to clean. Here you just get a cloth, clean it. You can wet it as well, that's fine. It's shatterproof, so if it falls, if you're moving a lot, it won't break. So really, along with our mission, I want these to be pieces that last forever. You're leaving your life story, your legacy here, and I want these pieces to be passed down to your kids, several generations. So you really have these forever. It's really about leaving these memories that you've had on this earth and your life journey mapped out here. So thanks so much for watching this, and I really, really appreciate the support. The last thing that we're gonna be doing with the funds is opening up a gallery, something like this, just a small little gallery where people can come in, check out the pieces, they can order a piece, they can pick it up, and honestly just come hang out, sit on the couch here, enjoy a good time, and maybe just check out some cool art. So we're also gonna have city prints available for purchase. But for this Kickstarter, it's really focused on these life stories here and creating them for you guys in different sizes and in different ways. So thanks so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. If you're not able to contribute for Life Story Piece, that's totally fine. I would appreciate any donation, small or big, to help with this project. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to really create these pieces for you guys and help you leave a lasting legacy and beautiful memory on this earth.